Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing everything you believed about your destiny was a lie. But here's the part no one talks about. What if I told you that you were never meant to fit in, that your struggles, your pain, and every rejection you've ever faced were not accidents, but proof that you were meant for something greater? The truth is, most people will never understand your journey. They will judge you, doubt you, make you question yourself. But here's what they don't. No, being different is not a curse, it's a calling. And right now you are standing at a crossroads. You can keep playing small, trying to fit into a world that was never built for you. Or you can finally embrace what you were meant to be. Because the truth is, you were chosen. And that's why you're here. But before we go any further, I need you to make a choice. If you're truly ready to unlock what's about to be revealed, pause this video right now, type "I am chosen" in the comments, and commit to watching this to the end. Because what I'm about to share with you will change everything. You might not see it right now, but your entire life has been leading up to this moment. Every struggle, every rejection, every time you felt like you didn't belong, it was all part of a much bigger plan. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were different? Like the people around you just don't think the way you do? Maybe you've been told that you're too intense, too ambitious, or that you need to just be normal. But deep down, you know that normal was never meant for you. There's a reason you think differently. There's a reason you feel things more deeply than others. It's because you were built for something bigger. And while others spend their lives following the path that was given to them, you've always felt something pulling you in a different direction. That's not just your imagination. That's your calling. And the craziest part? Most people will never recognize their calling. They will bury it under fear, under expectations, under the pressure to fit in. But you are here because something inside you refuses to stay small. And that is why what you're about to hear is going to change your life. Visual cue. A sunrise breaking through the clouds, symbolizing awakening. So, if you're ready to find out why you were truly put on this earth, keep watching. Because what comes next will shake everything you thought you knew about yourself. Visual cue. Screen fades to black. Dramatic pause. Let's begin. Do you remember the first time you felt different? Maybe it was in school when your ideas didn't match the rest. Maybe it was at home when your family didn't understand you. Or maybe it was just a feeling deep inside, a quiet whisper that told you, you don't belong here. For years you tried to ignore it. You told yourself you were just overthinking. You tried to fit in, to act normal. But no matter how hard you tried, something always felt off. Because the truth is, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand out. And that's why you've faced resistance your entire life. Every chosen one goes through the same pattern. First, they are ignored. Then, they are rejected. And finally, they are misunderstood. But what if I told you that everything you've experienced, every rejection, every heartbreak, every moment of self-doubt, was not a punishment, but a preparation? Think about the greatest minds in history, the ones who changed the world: Einstein, Nikola Tesla, Martin Luther King Jr., Steve Jobs, Oprah Winfrey. What do they all have in common? They didn't fit in. They were doubted, ridiculed, called crazy. People told them their ideas were impossible. But they didn't let the world define them. They defined the world. And that's what's happening to you right now. The world is testing you, seeing if you are ready to step into your true power. But here's the real question. Will you answer the call, or will you keep shrinking to fit into a world that was never built for you? Every chosen one faces a moment where they must make a decision. A moment where they either continue to live by the rules of the world or step into their destiny. Most people spend their lives avoiding pain, avoiding rejection, avoiding the discomfort of being different, but not you. You're still here. And that means one thing: you are ready. ready to break free from the expectations that have chained you, ready to step into your power, ready to see yourself for who you truly are. The world does not reject you because you are weak. It rejects you because you are powerful. They mock what they do not understand. They attack what they secretly admire, and they fear what they cannot control. And that's why people have doubted you, tried to bring you down, and made you question yourself. It's because your very existence is a threat to their reality. But now, it's time to change the narrative. It's time to stop explaining yourself. It's time to stop seeking approval from people who were never meant to understand you. You've spent years trying to prove yourself to people who will never see your worth. But now, you have a choice. Will you keep fighting for their approval, or will you finally step into your destiny? Because the truth is, you were never here to fit in. You were here to change the game. And the decision is yours. There's something no one tells you about being chosen. It sounds like a blessing, but in reality, it can feel like a curse. You see, being different, being special, means you walk a path that few will ever understand. It means facing rejection, loneliness, and even betrayal. It means carrying a weight that others will never have to bear. And the hardest part? The people closest to you may be the ones who hurt you the most. You have to understand, most people live their lives inside a box. They follow the rules. They think the way they were told to think. But when you step outside that box, when you start seeing the world differently, people get uncomfortable. Because your light reminds them of their darkness. Your ambition exposes their fear. And instead of celebrating you, they try to break you. Think about it. Have you ever felt like no one truly sees you? Like the way you think, the way you feel, the way you dream is just too different? Maybe you've tried to explain your vision, your purpose, your goals, only to be met with blank stares, doubt, or even laughter. And after a while you start to wonder, maybe they're right, maybe I am crazy, maybe I should just be normal. But let me tell you something. The greatest pain a chosen one will ever feel is not rejection. It's being seen, but never understood. Because deep down, you don't want attention. You don't want validation. You just want someone to look into your eyes and say, I see you. I get you. You're not alone. But here's the truth. Most people will never understand you. And that's okay. Because you weren't made to fit in. You were made to stand out. Let me tell you why people doubt you. Why they mock you. Why they try to pull you down. It's not because you're wrong. It's because they are afraid. Afraid of change. Afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone, afraid of the truth. And when you refuse to play by their rules, when you refuse to accept the limits they've accepted, they don't know how to handle it. So instead of rising with you, they try to pull you back down. Because if you succeed, if you rise, if you break free, it forces them to confront their own chains, and that terrifies them. That's why the strongest resistance doesn't come from strangers. It comes from those closest to you, friends, family, people who once believed in you. Because as you rise, you become a mirror, showing them the life they could have lived, but were too afraid to chase. So they try to convince you that your dreams are impossible, that your purpose is a lie, that you should just be realistic. But here's the truth. Their doubt is not about you, it's about them. And if you listen to them, if you believe them, you will spend the rest of your life living a lie. Let's be real. No matter how strong you are, there comes a moment where you start to question everything. The loneliness, the struggle, the pain. You start asking, is it even worth it? You look at the people who played it safe, the ones who followed the rules, and you wonder, maybe they were right. Maybe I should have just stayed quiet. Maybe I should have been normal. This is where most people give up, right at the edge of their breakthrough, because this is the test. The final battle between who you are and who the world wants you to be. And the only way to win is to make a decision. A decision to stop doubting, stop explaining, stop apologizing for who you are. A decision to stop seeking approval from those who were never meant to understand you. A decision to finally step into your power. I need you to hear this. Really hear this. Your pain is not a punishment. It's a preparation. Every great leader, every visionary, every chosen one has walked through fire before they reached their destiny, because the struggle is what shapes you. The rejection is what strengthens you. The loneliness is what forces you to go within and find your real power. And when the world tries to break you, when the voices tell you to give up, that's when you know your breakthrough is coming. You are being forged in fire, molded into something stronger, something unstoppable. And one day, the same people who doubted you, the same people who mocked you, will look at you and wonder, how did they do it? But by then, it won't matter, because you won't be looking back. You'll be too busy living in your greatness. This is where you decide. Will you keep doubting yourself? Will you keep trying to fit in with people who were never meant to understand you? Or will you finally accept the truth that you were never meant to be normal? You were meant to lead, to create, to inspire, to break every limit that was ever placed on you. But the choice is yours. You can keep running from your power, or you can finally embrace it. So I'll ask you one last time, are you ready? Every chosen one has a moment where they look around and realize enough is enough. A moment where the pain, the rejection, the doubt, it no longer breaks them, it fuels them. And when that moment comes, something shifts. The fear disappears, the excuses vanish, and for the first time in their life, they see themselves for who they truly are. This is the awakening. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep living in the shadows of doubt, listening to the voices that told you you're not good enough, or you can step into the power that's been inside you all along. No more apologizing, no more explaining, no more playing small. Because here's the truth, you were never meant to be ordinary. And the moment you accept that truth, everything changes. The pain you've carried, it becomes your strength. The rejection you faced, it turns into your fuel. The loneliness you felt, it transforms into your greatest weapon. Because now you are untouchable. For years they told you who to be, what to believe, how to live, and you listened. Not because you were weak, but because you didn't know your own strength. But now you do. And that means one thing, it's time to break the chains. The chains of self-doubt, the chains of fear, the chains of waiting for permission to be who you were always meant to be. Because here's the truth, no one is coming to save you, no one is going to give you the validation you've been waiting for. The only person who can set you free is you. The reason you've struggled is because your mission is bigger than you realize. The reason you've faced resistance is because your destiny is greater than you ever imagined. You weren't given these dreams by accident. You weren't given this vision for no reason. There is something inside you that the world needs, a message, a movement, a light that no one else can bring. And the world? It's been waiting for you to wake up, because when a chosen one finally steps into their power, they don't just change their own life, they change everything. You are no longer the person you used to be, the version of you that doubted, hesitated, and played small. That person is gone. What stands in their place is a warrior, a leader, a force that cannot be stopped, because once you've awakened, there is no going back. Once you see your own power, you can never unsee it. You've spent years waiting for the right time, but the truth is, the right time is now. No more waiting, no more hesitation, no more asking for permission. This is your moment, this is your time, this is the beginning of your legacy. So here we are. You stand at the edge of everything you've ever wanted, everything you've ever dreamed of, and all that's left is the choice. Will you keep living in the past, in the fear, in the limits they placed on you? Or will you finally step into your power? Because the door is open, the path is clear. The only thing standing between you and the life you were meant for is you. So I ask you one last time, Are you ready? Every chosen one must face the final test, the moment where they stand alone at the edge of everything they have ever feared. The moment where they must decide, will they step forward or will they turn back? This is not a test of strength, this is a test of will, a test of faith, a test of whether you are truly ready to step into the life that has been waiting for you. Because make no mistake, this path is not for the weak. It is not for those who seek comfort. It is for those who are willing to risk everything for what they were born to do. And right now, you are standing at that edge. I know what you're thinking. What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm making a mistake? The mind loves to create doubt. It loves to whisper fear into your ears, making you question everything. But let me tell you something. Every great leader, every legend, every icon stood exactly where you are standing right now. And they had the same fears, the same doubts, the same hesitation. But do you know what separates those who rise from those who remain stuck? One simple truth. They did not let fear stop them. They felt the fear, they heard the doubts, and then they stepped forward anyway. Most people live their lives with an escape plan, a safety net, a way to back out when things get hard. But here's the truth. If you give yourself a way out, you will always take it. If you keep one foot in your old life, in your old doubts, in your old excuses, you will never fully step into your power. So today, I ask you to make a decision, a real decision, to burn the bridges to your past, to close every door that leads back to the life you no longer belong to. Because the moment you commit, the moment you remove every excuse, every escape plan, you will find a power inside you that you never knew existed. And suddenly the fear that once controlled you, it will vanish. Because now there is no other option but success. But don't be fooled. The moment you decide to rise, the world will push back. People will question you, doubt you, try to pull you back into the small version of yourself they were comfortable with. They will say, "You've changed." And they'll be right, you have. Because the version of you that they knew, the one that played small, the one that hesitated, the one that waited for permission, is gone. And that scares them. Because if you can change, it means they can too. But most people aren't ready for that truth. But you don't have time to wait for their approval. You don't have time to explain yourself, because you are on a mission. And the ones who truly belong in your life, they will either rise with you or be left behind. Here's the truth that no one tells you. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even intelligence. It's one thing and one thing only: relentless action. Most people wait. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. And because they wait, they never start. And because they never start, they never win. But the great ones, they don't wait. They move. They take the first step, even when they don't know what comes next. Because action creates momentum. And momentum creates miracles. So here we are, the moment of truth. The moment where you must decide. Will you keep waiting? Will you keep doubting? Will you keep playing small, pretending you don't hear the voice inside you telling you to rise? Or will you take the first step? Will you finally claim the life that has been waiting for you? Because make no mistake, this moment is not random. You are not here by accident. You are hearing this for a reason. The question is, what will you do with it? If you are truly ready, if you are done making excuses, if you are ready to step into your destiny, then I want you to do something right now. Type in the comments, "I am ready." Because when you say it, when you write it, when you declare it, you make it real. And then you act. Because from this moment forward, there is no turning back. The world is waiting. The mission is calling. And the only thing left to do is take the first step. This is it. This is your moment. This is your time. Now go and show the world who you were meant to be. Most people think that once they reach a moment like this, their journey is over. That once they've made the decision to step into their power, the battle is won. But the truth is, this is only the beginning. Because stepping into your power is not a one-time event. It is a daily choice. Every morning when you wake up, you will have two options: to rise and embrace your purpose, or to fall back into old habits, old fears, old excuses. And that is what separates those who truly live their destiny from those who only dream about it. The question is, which one will you take? I know what you're thinking. What if I start and then fall back into my old ways? What if I fail? What if I can't stay consistent? Let me tell you something. You will fail. You will stumble. You will doubt yourself. That's part of the process. But here's the difference between the chosen ones and the rest of the world. The chosen ones rise again. They don't let one mistake define them. They don't let one setback destroy their mission. They fall, they learn, and they keep moving forward, because every failure is just proof that you are trying. And trying means you are growing. Now that you've made this commitment, something strange is going to happen. The world is going to test you. People will doubt you. Some will try to convince you that you haven't changed. Some will say, this is just a phase. And others will try to pull you back into the life you've outgrown. But remember this, those who try to keep you small are not your people, your real tribe. They are the ones who push you forward. They are the ones who celebrate your growth, not fear it. And if you don't have those people in your life yet, don't worry. When you step into your power, the right people will find you. Because energy attracts energy, and once you shift, your entire world shifts with you. There is one final question you must answer before this journey continues. One last decision you must make. Now that you know the truth, what will you do with it? Will you let this just be another motivational moment? Another video you watched and forgot about? Another story that inspired you for a few minutes before you went back to your old life? Or will this be the moment everything changed? Will this be the moment you finally said, enough? Enough waiting, enough doubting, enough pretending you don't hear the voice inside you calling you to something greater. Because I can tell you this, most people will walk away. Most people will feel the fire and then let it fade. But not you. You wouldn't still be here if you were like them. You wouldn't still be watching if there wasn't something inside you screaming for more. And that's why I need you to do something right now. If you are truly ready, if you are done making excuses, done doubting yourself, done waiting for the perfect time, I want you to do something right now. Type in the comments, I am chosen. Because when you say it, when you write it, when you declare it, you make it real. And then I want you to do one more thing, something simple but powerful. Take action right now. No matter how big or small, whether it's writing down your goal, making a decision you've been avoiding, taking the first step toward your dream, do it now. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates miracles. And I promise you this, if you take action today, you will look back on this moment and realize this is where everything changed. This is not the end of your story. This is just the beginning. Every day from this moment forward, you will have a choice to rise or to fall, to step forward or to step back, to answer your calling or to ignore it. And if you ever feel lost, if you ever start to doubt again, come back to this moment. Remember this feeling. Remember this truth. You were chosen for something greater, and now it's time to live like it. Now go, step into your power, and never look back. Right now, you are standing at the edge of your old life. Everything you've known, everything you've believed about yourself, it's all behind you. And ahead, a new path, one filled with opportunity, power, and purpose. But before you take that step, there's one last thing you need to do. You need to decide once and for all that you will never go back to the version of yourself that was too afraid to step into greatness. Because this moment right here is a turning point, a moment that you will look back on one day and say, that was the day everything changed. You now hold something that most people will never have, the truth. The truth about who you are, the truth about why you've struggled, the truth about what you were meant to do. But here's the catch. The truth means nothing if you don't act on it, because knowledge without action is wasted potential. And wasted potential? That's the greatest tragedy of all. So now, the question is no longer, do you know your power? The question is, will you use it? Make no mistake, the moment you walk through this door, life will test you. There will be challenges. There will be moments of doubt. There will be people who try to pull you back into the version of yourself that was easier to control. But now you know better. Now you see the game for what it is. And once you see the game, you can never unsee it. And that makes you dangerous. That makes you unstoppable. Because no matter what they say, no matter what obstacles come your way, you will not break. You will not go back, because you are chosen. If you're ready, truly ready, then I need you to do something right now. Not later, not tomorrow, right now. Type in the comments, I am chosen. Because when you say it, when you write it, when you declare it, you bring it into reality. And then take action. Right now, no matter how small, whether it's making a decision, cutting off a toxic habit, starting the project you've been putting off, do it now. Because action creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. This is where most people say goodbye, but not here, not for you. Because the chosen ones, they never stop, they never settle, they never stop pushing forward. And now, you are one of them. So don't just walk away from this moment. Carry it with you. Let it be the fire inside you, the reminder that no matter what happens next, you are ready. You have everything you need, the power, the vision, the strength. Now, go, show the world who you really are.